Hello and welcome to another Olde Battle Reps hobby video. This one's an update for all of you so that you know what me and Jack are likely to be playing in the future. We've played quite a few games on the channel so far, and there's some that we are still playing and some that we are either aren't playing very much or aren't intending to play at all. So it's really just so that if you've seen a game that we've played and think, oh, I'd like to see more of that, and we might not be playing it anymore, you don't have to wait, or you can unsubscribe if you don't want to be doing it anymore. So I thought I'd start with where it all began, really, which is Warhammer Fantasy. So I've included here, obviously, Warhammer Fantasy Rule Book, Triumph of Treachery, Storm Magic, and the Glockin book to represent the end times. We haven't got any Triumph of Treachery battles on the channel, but certainly got the other three. So yes, we are still playing Warhammer Fantasy. Not as much as we used to. Got so many other games now that we haven't played this for quite a while, but we have still got armies. I've still got a good Chaos army and an Undead army. Jack's still got Elves. We are intending to play again, but certainly less than we used to. Yeah, we still like it, but it's hard to get back into what is basically a dead game. As you can see, we have kept everything, so we hopefully will get another game in soon. Okay, next one's quite simple. More time. We've got 13 more time reports now. We're definitely still playing lots of more time. We want to introduce new war bands as well. We're going to keep on going with our campaign. We're loving more time. I think we've got 4 or 5 war bands each, and we both want to include at least one more. Going to keep mixing it up as much as we can. We're going to try using each other's war bands in the future as well, so it's not always the same ones against each other. So yeah, that was an easy one. Definitely playing more time. Okay, third on the list is Guild Ball. Again, another easy one. Definitely going to be playing more Guild Ball. We've sort of now down to 2 different ways of filming. One is the top-down method you've seen on quite a few of the reports where we record each activation, and one is the photograph reports that you've seen more recently. We're going to mix up a bit of both. The reason we've gone to the photograph reports is because the other type, where we film from top down, is really time consuming, and it makes our games last probably a good half an hour longer than they did, and sometimes that gets a bit irritating, to be quite honest, whereas the photograph reports don't add any time at all. So we are going to do some of the old kind as well, but you are likely to see more of the photograph based reports because it's just easy for us and takes less editing time for Jack. Both of us work. I've got a young family and everything, and it's just time is precious for both of us, really. But you will certainly be seeing more of this as we go forwards. Okay, fourth one, Age of Sigmar, and I've included the skirmish in there as well. It's unlikely you're going to see any more Age of Sigmar on the channel. We're both playing 40k now, which we much prefer, but it's similar. We never really got into Age of Sigmar. We played a couple of games, we thought it was kind of fun, but we kept comparing it to Fantasy, which we preferred, and now we're playing 40k, which we prefer. Playing Guild Ball, we're playing more time. You'll see the other games that we're going to be playing more of as well, and we decided that kind of there's no time where we'd think, oh yeah, let's play Age of Sigmar rather than playing the other games. So I'm actually selling most of these books soon. I think all 4 of these books for a start. And I think unless something changes dramatically about the universe it's set in, which we neither of us like, it's nothing compared to the old fantasy universe. The game isn't great. You are definitely unlikely to see any more of this, I'm afraid. Next up is the biggest newcomer for our games, really, which is 8th edition 40k. We never played 7th edition 40k. We didn't like it, but we definitely like 8th edition. We've got about 2-3 games on the channel, I think, so far, plus some hobby videos already, and we're definitely playing more of this. I love my Death Guard, and I like my Adeptus Mechanicus. I'm certainly going to be buying the Chaos Demons book. Jack's obviously got Necrons already. He's probably getting a Primaris force. He's definitely looking at another army as well. He's not sure what yet, possibly Tau. He's waiting out to see what gets released. But we're both investing money in this and painting up what we can. So you're definitely going to see a lot more 40k, plus hobby videos on it as well, painting videos, thoughts, reports. Yeah, this is going to be a big one for us. Okay, only a couple more left now. Bushido. We aren't going to be playing any more Bushido. We thought the game was good. The models are amazing. It's so complicated. The game is so complicated. There were so many rules. First time I played it, I thought, yeah, this is good. I'm not sure we'll get to know this when we get to play a bit more. Played it again, thought the same. Played it again, thought the same. The rules are just too complicated. It comes down to, are we ever going to get together, which is really only every couple of weeks, and think, oh, let's play Bushido, rather than Guild Ball or 40k, or Mordheim, or the other two, that are going to come next. You're going to see in a second. So I'm selling off all my Bushido stuff, my models, half finished board I'm hanging on to for the moment, so I'm afraid you won't see any reports of me finishing off my Bushido board, unless I decide to make it into a miniature Moonstone board or Burrows and Badgers board or something, but I'm probably not going to finish that off, to be honest. A bit of a shame, because the models are really good, but the effort that's involved in learning the rules is just too much for us, really. Not because we're lazy, we just don't have the time to learn a game that's this complicated. I think it has got scope, but they need to simplify the rules in this game if they really want to appeal to a wider audience, I feel. Yeah, shame, but that's how it is with that one. Penultimate ones we have lumped together for you. You haven't seen any Dark Age on the channel yet, but I do have the core rules, and I have a Warband, I think they're called. Jack hasn't got into it yet, but I'm hoping he might do at some point. It was a fun game, I did like it, and the models are amazing. But again, it might get pushed to the back because there's other games we want to play. But it's one I'm going to hang on to. I'm going to see what happens with it. And Bows and Badgers, we are going to play more Bows and Badgers. We've both got good warbands. I've got a new model for them recently as well. Kind of hanging on for the next edition of the rules, which will be out this year. It's 2018. I think it's unlikely that we'll play as a proper campaign, because we've kind of got enough on our hands running the Mordheim campaign, but we'll play individual skirmish battles with them, because it was really good fun and the miniatures were amazing. So you will definitely see more Burrows and Badgers in the future. Hopefully Dark Age. Of course, I'm hanging on to my Dark Age miniatures because there's a game made by the makers of Moonstone called Override, which I want to try. And you can use any of your own models you like, and I might use my Dark Age models for that if I can get Jack into that as well. So we'll see what happens with that one. Right, last of all, my favourite new game, and I'm so pleased I backed this on Kickstarter. This game is so much fun. Definitely playing a lot more Moonstone. I've got 2 more boxes of models coming. I'm definitely going to invest in some more models. I think this game looks amazing in the expanded rulebook that I'll be getting hopefully in February, so every month or so's time. It's got different scenarios to play, because at the moment it's only one. But I think this game, I hope this game really takes off and doesn't just go to a Kickstarter and stop. It seems like the people who are playing it are really interested in it. I hope it can really take off and build a nice big community around it, because it's so good. It rivals, well, not rival, it's not a rival game, but it matches Guild Ball in its kind of simplicity and yet complexity. The rules are really easy to pick up, but there's so much scope for tactics in the game, the way you activate, the abilities you use, the way you use those abilities. It's really individual. I love the fact it's not a dice game and it's a card-based game, because it's really different to the other games that we play. I think the guys have done a fantastic job. The models are some of my favourite models I've ever painted. The names are brilliant, the world is great. It's been so well done. Cannot wait to play more of these games. Okay, last thing to say is, you can see these are all the games that we've got currently. There's 2 missing that we filmed in the past. I don't think, well, one of them you certainly won't see again. Beyond the Gates of Antares, we've both sold everything that we owned for that game. We did enjoy it, but again, like Bushido, really complicated. The basic rules are really easy, but there's so many different weapons to do different things, so much to remember, and it just felt like a big investment in a game that we didn't enjoy quite enough and we certainly don't enjoy it as much as Warhammer 40k, the 8th edition. So, do we want another sci-fi game that's not quite as good as 40k? We didn't really. The models are great, and it's not a bad game. If you like bolt action, you'll probably love Beyond the Gates of Antares, but we never played that. The other one is Kings of War, which Jack did a couple of video game reports of. Maybe he'll do some more, I don't know. I don't think you'll see it much, to be honest. I think it's unlikely he'll be doing much of that. At the moment, there's no other games really in our sights. I've got Dark Souls board game, but to be honest, we're not really going to. I don't think we'll film that, and I think I'm probably going to sell it as well. We've got a couple of other board games, but we don't really film board games. They're sort of complicated for the way that we film. So, and that's not the most exciting video to watch, but it's good for people who do watch our channel regularly to know what we're going to be doing in the future and what we're not. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.